And here we go. Let's talk about 4 ways to get 1,000 plus leads from your book in 2024. Now, we all know that in order to grow a business, you need customers. But in order to get customers, you must first have leads, aka people that are interested in what you have to offer. So, what we're going to talk about here is how do you take a book that you want to create or that you've already created and generate leads from that idea while it's being put into a book, or generate leads once you have the book. Now, this is the same thing that I've used to help us grow a successful publishing and coaching company. This is the same strategy that I use to get speaking engagements. This is the strategy that we teach our clients to get course sales and so many other different revenue opportunities, because having a book is one of the most versatile marketing assets that you can have in your business. Okay, besides the book immediately giving you more credibility, it opens the door for you to implement strategies, marketing strategies that weren't available to you before you wrote the book, before you took the chance on yourself to turn your knowledge, your expertise, your experience into a book. Now, when I wrote my first book, I was 23 when I released this book. I was a brand new person in the workforce. I had 1 year of work experience, and I wrote a career development book. Yes. It's wild. But what I did was I turned that book into a lead magnet to generate speaking opportunities that within months were paying me thousands of dollars to speak on stage. My first book came out in May. I was getting paid in September thousands of dollars per speech after never having spoke before that. This is how you can do it, leveraging your experiences, leveraging your knowledge by turning it into a book, and then using that book to generate leads as often as you want, as you need, and as quickly as you can. Now, here's the secret sauce. Okay, I'm going to give you 4 different things. But what I also want to share here is that in addition to all of these strategies that I'm going to share with you to generate leads, meaning someone says, yes, I want more information. They give you their contact information in exchange for something, aka your book or parts of it. And here's the kicker though. Here's the kicker. While you're doing all these strategies, if you do these strategies the correct way, you are going to build trust, you are going to build relationships, and you are going to build an audience at the same time, all of which will help you sell in the long-term cycle and as you grow your brand and your business. So the first way that you can use your book to generate 1,000 leads is optimize your book manuscript for lead generation. So here's what I mean by this. When you put your book onto Amazon and somebody buys it off Amazon, Amazon is the only group that collects the customer data. Okay, you don't actually get to know who's bought your book on Amazon. So how do we make sure that we still turn Amazon's customer database into our lead database? And the way you do that is you optimize your book manuscript for lead gen. So in the very beginning, you give your reader a gift. You give your reader a gift. Why is this relevant? Well, when you give your reader a gift, they can immediately go download before they've even read the book to get some of the cool prizes or to get some of the gifts or some of the templates or some of the scripts or whatever your enticing offer is at the beginning of the book that will help them with their experience. The second thing that you can do is throughout your book, you can say, here's the additional resource if you want to learn how to do this. Now, do not, I repeat, do not turn your book into a pitch fest. If you are pitching or giving things every single time, people are going to read right through it and think you're only in it for the sale. Our goals when we write a book is to create a damn good book that can help somebody get a result that they're looking for, whether it's a problem they're solving or something that they desire. But we need to first and foremost create a darn good book that the book alone can help them. Then we need to give them additional supplementing materials throughout that further enhance their ability to succeed in solving the problem or getting the desire that they so have. For example, I'm reading a book. It's called Get Scalable. Okay, this is by Ryan Deiss. And in his book, he offers templates that are relevant to what he is talking about because he knows that the first question I have when he goes through this template is, oh, can I see it? Well, he made a copy that allows people like me, aka readers, to then opt in for that said template, which further enhances my experience with the book. But do not make it a pitch fest. And then here's the other way that you can actually optimize your book manuscript for lead gen is whenever you sell the book, you will have a lead gen form. So if you are doing this via Amazon, you will have your book be read by people. They will go to the form. If you sell it on your own website, they will fill out a form in order for you to be able to send them their book. You could do this with digital. You could do this with print. You could do this in a lot of different ways. So that is one way that you can do this, is so that you can optimize your book manuscript so that you're set up for more lead gen. And here's the final thing I'm going to mention on this. When people buy your book, then they opt in for those resources. It means two things. One, you nailed what people actually want. And two, those people are really, really interested. They went from never knowing you to hearing about your book to buying your book, then to getting those resources from those book. That gives you a huge leg up. All right. Number two. One of the best ways that I've ever generated leads for my business and signed a bunch of clients is giving my book away. Okay. Now, one of the ways that I'm going to share here is going to contradict what I'm going to say now, but that's because every strategy works for different people depending on their ultimate objectives. Me, as the book guy, I've tried all the different strategies so that I can share with you what works and what doesn't work. So the second way to generate lots and lots of leads through your book is to give your book away. So anytime you go on a podcast, well, at the end of a podcast, that person's going to ask you, hey, how can we connect with you? And you say, hey, before I share that, I have a gift for you. And you give everybody on there a book and then go to Instagram and DM you book so that they can get a free copy of it. Then you collect their email address. You can send them to an opt-in page that has your book. They put in their email and you send them a copy of your book. You can use this to reach out to partners and give your book for free. I can't tell you how many times I've given a book to someone to get to know somebody. And not only does that lead to a speaking opportunity or a podcast opportunity, but it actually leads to those partners becoming clients or those partners becoming my biggest source of referrals. So you can give your book to partners and then they can turn into your lead source. You can speak at events. Anytime you speak at an event, you can give your book away. You could give it to all the VIPs. You could sponsor an event and give it to anyone who attends a specific lunch if it's a bigger conference. You can speak at events and then have a book on every person's seat. Okay? Conferences a lot of times love this because their audience is getting free value that they didn't have to pay for. You can donate books to masterminds, local groups, organizations that have your ideal audience. These are all the ways that you can give your book to generate a ton of leads. And remember, every time you're giving 100 books, 1,000 books, that's 100 people, 1,000 people that have your book, that might be clients, that might know someone who would be a good fit, that might be able to refer it, that might be a not yet, but a soon to be client, okay? You can also have an easy link for people to visit or an easy way for people to get it. So if you're on a podcast or you're speaking, you can put up a barcode. If it's video or if you're speaking on stage or if it's audio, you just say, here's what to do. So for example, if you want a free copy of my book, and again, I'm just going to show you exactly what I could do. If you want a free copy of my book and you found this episode to be valuable, I'm going to dig into more strategies. My book is called Big Idea To Bestseller, and I want to give you a free copy. Text the word free to 661-669-7363. Again, text the word free to 661-669-7363. That's literally a link that we have set up. So if you were to do that, what would happen right after is you would get a link to download a free copy of my book. And then you'd be on our text list, you'd be on our email list, and we'd be able to communicate with you, call you, and see if it would be a great fit. So that's how you can give your book. Okay, so optimize your book manuscript and give your book. Let's talk about a third awesome way to generate leads by having a book. And it is cold outreach. Okay, this can be cold DMs, this can be cold emails, it can be anytime you are reaching out to someone who doesn't already know you. Why is this so effective? Well, cold outreach is a great way to get yourself in front of new people. Now, this is not going to be a cold outreach strategy deep dive, but let me just tell you this. With certain tools that are out there, you can find the exact people that you want to reach out to the T. I could find every CEO of $1 million plus company that is in Los Angeles, and I could target them specifically. And this is what cold outreach is. But here's how you can use it to get a book. One is, not only are you going to, in your outreach, mention that you have a book or mention that you've done this before, but you are going to potentially give them a free copy. Now, again, you will test a bunch of different things, but I want to give you the high level overview of how you can use cold outreach. You find your exact client avatar, you send them an email, you give them a copy of your book, you include your book in your email signature, and people have a way to now hear about you, see that you're actually as legit, not just an email spammer, and 3, they have a way to get free value right off the bat. All right, that's huge. It's a huge, huge, huge opportunity. Most people, when they reach out cold, they come in and they seem like a spammer, or they don't seem credible. By having a book, the person immediately knows that you're not just a random jabroni who's doing this for the first time, but that you've actually gathered the experience, the knowledge, and the know-how to help them with whatever it is you claim you can help. Everything helps when you're doing cold outreach. You can use your book as a gift in your cold outreach emails. Now, you can do this in a few ways. You can make it very clear in the email. Hey, just to build a little rapport, here's a free copy of my book. Hey, to build a little rapport, what's the best address? I'd love to send you a copy of my book so you could see a little bit more about who I am and what I do and how we can help. Okay? Or you can put your book, and this is for all email, put your book in your email signature. That way, whenever you're emailing people, oh, you know what? Get a free copy of my book. Oh, get my book for 99 cents. Oh, get my book for free. Whatever it is. Boom. Now you're getting some opportunities, okay? So remember, these are some of the ways that we can use our book to generate leads over and over and over again. And the last one that I'm going to share to use your book to generate thousands of leads is to run paid ads to a book funnel. Okay. Now, we've done another episode on book funnel, and you know that we're doing this with Big Idea to Bestseller. And so it's really great because you could take what I'm talking about and go see this in real time. And I'll share with you that in a second so you could see exactly how we're doing this and what we're doing. But when you run ads to a book funnel, what you're doing is you're essentially saying, you know what? A book is not just a book anymore. A book is a tangible, physical, and digital asset that I can use as a product. Most people, when they write a book, they assume it to just be for their business, for giving it away, for selling it on Amazon. But what you can actually do when you have a book is you can turn yourself into a physical product store. Now, there are fulfillment centers that will help with doing this and distribution. But what's really, really cool about this is now you can run ads and you have a physical product to actually sell somebody. So now the value of that in someone else's mind gets more inflated. But here's where it gets really interesting. A book is this physical product. And so if you run ads to your book and somebody opts in, they can opt in and they can buy your book through a funnel. Well, now here's what's really cool about this. You're getting contact information and you're getting a actual buyer of your stuff. So now you're getting people who are willing to take out their credit card and buy with you. That is a much, much higher likelihood of someone working with you later down the road than a freebie seeker or freebie chaser, someone who only gets the free stuff. Because think about it. If you pay for something, you're more likely to look at it than if you download it for free. I'm guilty of this too. I get a free download. I might never even open it. If I buy a free book online or I buy a book online, I'm likely going to read it, at least look at it and get some more information. So again, you can run ads to a book funnel. While you're doing this, every ad that you run, guess what it's doing as well? It's bringing you awareness, bringing you credibility, building your name recognition. All right, so you're getting all of that in addition to that. But the kicker with an ads to a book funnel is hopefully if you channel it in, you dial in the opportunity to negate some of your ad spend. And what that does is it allows you to spend more because you're spending less per lead. For example, If I were to give away a free PDF and it cost me $10 per PDF given away, it's $10. But if it costs me $10, but they're paying $7 for shipping on my book, well, now I'm only spending $3 to acquire that lead. This is a very simplified example, but I want to show you the math. So now instead of paying $10, I'm paying $3 per lead. So now I can spend 3 times as much money as I was before to make up that difference. And that could be a huge, huge, huge advantage to yourself. So we're doing this right now with Big Idea to Bestseller. And you can actually go to go.bigideatobestseller.com/free-book. That's go.bigideatobestseller.com/free-book. And you can actually see what we're doing there. We're running ads to this page. People have a chance to opt in to get the book. We're getting qualified buyers and leads, and then we're giving them opportunities to continue with us. So those are just 4 ways that you can generate thousands of leads from your book in 2024. This is the year that you need to separate yourself from the competition. Everybody's hearing about the same old strategies. But guess what? Books have been around for the longest amount of time. Email has been around for the longest amount of time. How can we combine things that are never going out with new strategies? And that's what you're learning here. That's what these videos are all about. That's what this show is all about. So I hope that you're starting to see that a book is the marketing asset that takes you to the next level. A book is that asset that brings in the leads that you're looking to get consistently over and over and over again. So take this, utilize it, turn your book into a reality. And if you want additional support, go to bigideatobestseller.com and fill out a form on there. We'll get you over some free resources. We'll get you set up with our team to get on a free call, and we'll actually help you build out a plan to not only write your book, but to get your book to that next level for your business growth. Hope you have a great time. Talk to you later.